everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use the Jog Scotland Activity Tracker app for iPhone. In this presentation, I'll show you how to log into the app, how to set up a new session on your phone, how to scan barcodes, and how to upload a completed session to the server. Before I start explaining how to use the app, I'll explain some useful terms I use throughout the video. The server is the central computer where all your sessions will be saved long-term. After your session, using Wi-Fi if you prefer, you will upload your session from your phone to the server. You must do this by noon the day after the session took place. A local session is one which has so far only been saved to your phone and has not yet been uploaded to the server. Only sessions which have been uploaded to the server will be stored long-term. Beneath every barcode is a unique number with the format A123456, which we refer to in the presentation as the ANN number. First, I'll show you how to log into the app. Once launching the app, you will be presented with the login page. Fill out your barcode ID or ANN number and password, as shown here, and then tap Authenticate. Once tapping Authenticate, this will log you onto the app and take you to the My Session homepage. Once logging in, you will be presented with a page called My Sessions. From this page, you can tap on the New button on the top right, where you'll be able to create new sessions. Now I'll show you how to locally create a session ahead of time. To locally create a session ahead of time, for example, the day or week before, you are able to do so by tapping the New button on the top right. Once you've done that, your page will look like this. Click on the date field to choose a date for your session. It will bring up a calendar like this, which you can then click on the date you wish to select information for your session from. Then tap in the box under Location and type in the name of your group, for example, Galavanters Muir of Ord, and click Done once you've typed that in. Choose a rough distance and duration by tapping on the box, which will bring up a selection of distances to choose from. We give the selection of approximate distances as we don't track the exact distance for each individual runner, just an approximate distance for the session as a whole. If there are runners of different abilities running different distances, the leader can either pick an approximate average distance for the whole group or choose to log more than one session, for example, a 4-kilometer session and an 8-kilometer session, and scan the relevant joggers to each. You have the option to select the distance in kilometers or miles. If you want to log your distance in miles, simply scroll down to the lower part of the list. Once you've selected a distance, either in miles or kilometers, press Done. To enter the duration, you do the same as the distance. When you click on the box, and you can choose from a selection of durations. Choose an approximate duration and select Done. After this, select the back button on the top right of the screen to locally save the new session and return it to the default screen. Now I'll show you how to locally create a session on the day and immediately start scanning. To locally create a session on the day and immediately start scanning, follow the instructions from the previous section, but stay on the session view page instead of going back. Tap the Record Participation button to start scanning everyone's barcodes. This will launch the scanner, which is a camera viewfinder with the line through the center. The barcode scanner looks like this. You can scan a barcode that is printed on a piece of paper, or your joggers can present their barcode on their phones. Get the barcode in the viewfinder and position the line going through it as shown in these images. The app beeps when it has focused and scanned the barcode. Once scanned, the interface briefly goes back to the session view screen, then reloads the scanning interface ready for the next one. If the barcode will not scan, try slowly moving the device nearer and further away. If it still won't scan, you can hit Cancel, and you'll get the chance to enter it manually or exit scanning. Your barcode will not scan if it's not placed along the center of a red line. Having it below, as shown here, will do nothing, so you may have to move the camera until you line it up correctly. To enter it manually, just tap on the Manual Entry button on the session view screen and manually enter the ANN number of the person's barcode and then tap Enter manually. To just do a single scan, tap Record Single Participant. This will bring up the barcode scanner. However, the only difference to the Record Participation button is that it doesn't reload the scanner once you've done the first scan. On the scanning screen, there is a little icon that flips the device between using the back and front camera. If you suddenly see your own face in the viewfinder, then this is what you've done. You can either try scanning with this, however, it's harder to do so because you can't see the barcode in the viewfinder to center it. Or an easier solution is to tap the camera button again and switch it back to the default camera. Now I'll show you how to locally edit a session. To locally edit a session, for example, to go into a pre-created session at the start of a session and start scanning participants, tap the session in question to edit. Start scanning by tapping Record Participation, which will bring up the barcode scanner for you to start scanning people's barcodes. Once you've scanned everyone's barcodes, to save the session locally, tap the back button on the top right. Now I'll show you how to upload any local session to the server. To upload any local session to the server, once the session is complete, go back to the default My Session screen if you're not already there. Swipe the session in question, either left or right. This brings up a menu, including Upload to Server, which you need to tap if you want to upload it. If you don't currently have internet connection, it'll tell you this, and it won't be able to upload. You're best to use Wi-Fi rather than mobile data, as this is free. If it's too late to upload the session, it'll tell you this and you won't be able to upload. The current cutoff is noon the day after the session date. If there are duplicate scans of the same athlete, it'll come up with a message like this and you won't be able to save it either. Now I'll show you how to remove those duplicate participants. To remove duplicate participants from the list within a session, tap the session in question to edit. You'll know which barcode ID you need to delete, because the error message gives you the ANN number when you attempt to upload the session to the server. This tells you that you need to delete the duplicate participant with the ANN number of A601777. Tap the session in question to edit, and tap one of the instances of the duplicate participant. These are listed in green at the bottom of the session view screen. This brings up a menu from which you can choose to delete the participant, which will leave the remaining non-duplicate instance. Now I'll show you how to delete a local session, for example, if you've created it in error or if your plans change. To delete a local session, which is one that has not been saved remotely to the server yet, you need to swipe the session in question either left or right. A local session will have an orange circle to the left, like this. If it is indeed a local session, then it'll offer a button to delete it, which you can then tap Delete Session. Thank you for listening.